So you must not refuse instruction. To refuse is to show or indicate an unwillingness to do something, which is another word for decline or reject or turn something down. This means that when you refuse instruction, you are refusing with a clear mind. You cannot decline, reject, or turn down something unconsciously. So, because a lot of times you have thought about that thing that that person is offering to you, and so there's a process that you have gone over in your head about whether or not you should take it. And so then when you refuse it, uh, because everything comes with some kind of warning, and warning is a form of instruction. And so when you refuse it, you are refusing it consciously. You can't say, well, I didn't know. You may not have known the complete consequence of your decision in refusing the instruction, but when you said no, or basically you said, I'm going to go my own way, I'm going to do my own thing, you were refusing instruction. So whatever consequence that follows after that, you have to own. That's why I say the person who says everybody makes mistakes, okay, you can't live with that forever, because then you are basically saying no one told you anything. And so no one came to you and shared anything with you, and you just felt like you had to make that mistake, and so you made it, and so therefore you shouldn't have to pay the consequence. That doesn't make any sense. When you hear a teenager in the courthouse in front of the judge say, I never had anybody to tell me anything and help me or nothing like that, that can't be true. So all throughout your life, from the time you started elementary school, pre-K and kindergarten, then elementary school and high school, no one told you anything? You didn't have that one teacher that you looked up to, or some friend who told you something at recess, or the nurse, or the guidance counselor, or the neighborhood. You always have some kind of neighborhood person who tells you something. There was nobody. No, what that means to me is that somebody told you something. They may not have fully explained it, and they may not have fully explained the consequence if you decided to not accept it, but somebody told you something and you refused it and you got into it, and then it turned out bad, and now you are shocked that it turned out bad, and you want to blame other people because you believe they didn't tell you the full story of it. Sometimes people don't always know the full story. Like I said, you can't choose the consequence. So you do so consciously. When you make these decisions to refuse instruction, you are doing so consciously.